you just install it from Luna from the website, and then you open Luna Studio and you wait for a while because this is a very slow alpha and you are presented with something like this. And you know, let's just go through the basics tutorial, really. Why not? Why not? In this tutorial, you will learn the basics of using nodes and the interactive Luna editor. You can perform the actions as described in the tutorials yourself, or simply press next and the guide will make them for you. Next. Luna Studio contains many different panels with a code representation or the file tree view. So this is the file tree view here on the right with the fantastic choice of contrast. This is so hard to read, people. For now, we'll focus on the visual editor. Click on it to start working. So this up here is the visual editor. I don't even know if this contrast, if mouse pose works with this super black background. But anyway, it's the top window here. Click on it to start working. Okay, I'll click on it. Centering the view. There are some nodes created on the workspace before. Press H to center the workspace and clearly see all the elements present. Pressing H. Okay, cool. So now we have these two here. We have radius up here and we have inner radius down here. Position the cursor to the right of the existing nodes and press Tab to open the Explorer. This is the control center of Luna, allowing you to search for nodes, add them to the workspace, and read the documentation. So if I just position my cursor over here, and then I press Tab. Okay, Luna Explorer. So this is kind of sort of reminiscent of the Command-Alt-P or like a hitting an IntelliSense in Visual Studio Code. I think that this editor is built on Atom, by the way. Let me just, okay, it wants me to type circle. And I think that circle here, this is actually a function. Doesn't say much here where circle comes from, which is a bit annoying. I don't quite understand from where it is. I think it's from this STD Graphics 2D library, but not sure. Anyway, press the down arrow to unselect Explorer's hints and use your input. Okay, so these are the hints and this is the input. Let me just hit enter. Okay, so your first connection. Click on the output port of the radius node and start a connection. Okay, the output port. They don't say what the output port is, but I've poked around this a little bit, and the output port is sort of this thing. So if you look at this node here, you see that it actually has two half circles, and the leftmost is the input port, and the rightmost is the output port. I really like to just remind myself that this is what programming is about. It's about transforming data. That's all it is. Anyway, click the output port of the radius node to start a connection. And radius is just a value, so it only has an output port. It doesn't have an input port. And I click this, and I think that it's also showing me the data type here. It's a real number. I click it, and then I get this thing where I can drag it. And it says now in the little tutorial box that connecting the nodes, click the input port of the circle 1 node to finish connecting. So you see here, like, this is the input node here. So we can also see here that it says that it takes a real data type, real number. And I'm just gonna click here. Boom. Cool. So viewing the results, you have just created your first shape with the graphics library. Now click the eye icon to the right of the circle 1's node name to toggle the visualization. Where is the eye? Oh, this is the eye. Like, it's here to the right of circle 1. And let me just click that. Okay. Anything happen? Anything happen? I think that something should, yeah, there, something happened. Yeah, this is, like, did you see how blazingly fast that Haskell compiler was? No, it's not fast. I believe though, I feel that they will make this fast eventually, maybe. Hypothetically, it could be fast. Deselecting the node. Before adding other nodes, we need to deselect the one we've been working with. Simply press escape to cancel selection. Okay. Okay, you can now see here actually that the little, like the radius thing here, this node doesn't have an extra ring around it. Neither does this inner radius thing down here, but circle 1 has this extra ring around it. And I will now press escape to deselect it. Adding another circle. Now let's create the border of our logo. Oh, we're creating a logo. For starters, we'll need another smaller circle. Position the cursor to the right of the inner radius node and press Tab. Okay, so I'm gonna press, okay, position the cursor to the right of the inner radius thing. Okay, here. So we're gonna create a new node to the right of the inner radius. We're gonna press Tab here. And I'm gonna type circle again. And select just just enter. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna connect our inner radius value here. It's connected, like click on the output port of the inner radius. I have to do exactly what the tutorial says. So clicking the output port, now drag it. And then we're gonna connect that to the input port of the circle here. So now this is connected. Right. We're gonna click the eye to see what has happened so far. Come on. Oh, come on. Wait, what? What is it doing? Oh, I think it bugged out. It's not showing me, it didn't enable the eye. This is so buggy. Okay. Shit. It's not gonna allow me to click the eye now. The tutorial is a bit broken. But I know what the tutorial does because I've already done it. And below circle 2 here, it's gonna be as you see here, like the radius 32 produces this circle, then the inner radius is going to produce this like slightly smaller circle. Anyway, let's continue the tutorial. Making the border. Now that we have two circles of different sizes, we can subtract them to create the border. Position the cursor to the right of both circles and press Tab. Now okay, fine, I'll do that. Now I'm gonna subtract the small circle from the bigger circle. So I'm gonna do circle 1 minus circle 2. Wow. And press enter. Bonk. Double click the difference 1 node name to rename it. Okay, fine. And we're gonna rename that to border. Fine. Let's see how our border looks. Okay, carefully click the eye icon. All right, cool. So now we see the border down here. I'm gonna expand so that you see it. Yeah, it is still. Oh, it actually asked me to scroll around. That's good. There. Deselecting the node. Before adding other nodes, we need to deselect the one we've been working with. Okay, I'm hitting escape to deselect border. Adding the body of our logo. We have prepared another node that draws the body of the Luna logo. Oh, it's like a cooking show where they have we have prepared the chicken already. Press Tab to use it. Okay, Tab. To use the component type logo body inner radius. Logo body inner radius. Can I do that? No, yes. Okay, fine. I wanted to use the autocomplete, but it really wanted me to type it out. Viewing the results, please wait. Super fast. Super fast. It's really, really slow. Anyway, while we're waiting, we can actually see here that logo body radius is actually defined here. So this is all the code for it. This is like radius equal, yeah, this is the code for it. It's not too bad. So this is just a function declaration. This is the name of it, and here's the first variable. Very Haskell-y, this thing. It's no parents or anything. It's just very, very minimalistic language. It's pretty gorgeous, actually. Okay, viewing the results. Let's see how the logo body does look. Click the eye icon of the logo body one. Okay, clicking. No, clicking. Shit, happened again. I think what is happening is that it's so slow that I click the eye and then I kind of re-click the eye. I don't know. It's really hard to follow this tutorial because of this weirdness. But the logo is kind of like this thing up here. Before anything, okay, we want me to deselect it. Can I? Does it allow me to show it now? No. Combining the blocks. Now that we have both the body and the border, we can combine them together. Position your cursor to the right of all other nodes and press tab. Okay, pressing tab. And then we go border plus logo body 1. I'm pressing it. It's viewing the results. It's taking a long time. Okay, let's see the results. Click the eye icon to the right of the someone node's name. Okay, let's do this like with surgical carefulness. Clicky. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, it seems that our logo has the incorrect rotation. Let's fix that. Start by selecting the someone node. Just click on it. So yeah, so you see here that the logo is slightly off. It should be like... Now with the node selected, press tab. When you bring up the Explorer with another node selected, it will display hints contextually, and after accepting the result, automatically connect the nodes. Okay, tab. Type rotate 0 degrees. Rotate 0.0. Enter. Let's see the result. Click on the eye. All right, let's do that. Okay, all right. It kind of, It's not the rendering engine is not really fast. So you see here that the visualization is pretty big. The slow window, but okay. But we haven't rotated it any, like we rotated it 0, so it's not changed. Now press enter again with the rotate node 1 select to expand to a detail view, okay? So this is the detail view. You can zoom these things, I believe. If I do, can I go in? How do I zoom? Yeah, hang on. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, cool. Instead of connecting nodes, you can also set their values using various controls. Try playing around with the control for real numbers. Simply drag it around to set a value. Try to figure out the correct rotation on your own. Okay, hang on. Yeah, this should theoretically be live updating, I suppose, but it, like the entire thing is so slow. So will it update? Will it update eventually? Who knows? It's a bit sad that is so slow, because this is hypothetically amazing if they can get it working just right, because there is a very nice feeling that appears once you get immediacy in your work. Oh, now it updated. If I just can drag around and slide this this degree value, it just creates this immediate, very satisfactory connection with my work. It's kind of like playing a computer game where the controls are really fast and responsive, as opposed to something that just tends to drag on. Or drag, like I press a button and it's just, there's a slight delay where I just feel like, I feel clumsy, you know? Okay, I'm pressing next. You can also edit the node expression whenever you want. Just double click it. Edit the expression of the rotate one node. I think I have to... Where? Oh, I have to go up a little bit. I double click it here. Oh, now I can edit it like inline here. Change the rotation value in the expression to 30 degrees. Okay, fine. I did, oh, 30.0 degrees. Press enter to accept. And we're done. Oh, it disappeared. I think it's re-rendering or reinterpreting, whatever. Congratulations, you have just completed your first project of Luna. We encourage you to play around with it a bit more. There's a lot more to discover. You can also click the Luna logo in the top left corner of the editor. Bring up the dashboard to see what other project we prepared for you and start a new one. Okay, that's cool. Let me actually just reorganize this a little bit. Let's see. I think that this logo body here, where does, yeah, logo body inner radius. Okay, so what this does is that it takes the function logo body and it grabs the inner radius as the argument to that. And that gives us this output here, which we then then passes an input argument to the incorrectly rotated logo sum thing here. And where does this logo body come from? So I can go up here and I can expand to the main Luna project. We can see here that there are two things defined here except the main function. So just to give you an idea about how things work here. Main, this by the way is a textual representation of everything we did today. This is the text for the entire graph. So this is exactly equivalent of what we did, and this was written as we were clicking around. And if you scroll up a bit, we see the logo body here, the ones that gave us the actual tier thing. This is what it looks like. And then there's the half circ here. I think that half circ is used by, yeah, it's used here. So it's another function. And like these things, we can go into the logo body and actually see how that looks like in the graph-based language. And that looks like this. This is the entire thing. Pretty funky. Oh, did you see that? It changed. As it evaluated the graph, it started like these things changed. Whoops, sorry, burp. These things changed color. So they are now brown and these are blue. And this is how Luna makes distinctions between types. You see that this blue thing, that means it's a geo, like a geographic geometric entity, like it's a circle and stuff. But these are these are numbers though, the brown ones. They're pretty funky. Do you think this is a good idea of expressing things? I'm not even sure myself. I just think it's super interesting and stimulating to see something such a different way of thinking about things. Let me go back into main and just show you a little bit. So if I change something down here in the text-based representation of the language, I can change this to like radius to 40. It will update that in the up here eventually because it's so slow. And that will probably just give me like a completely different final logo. Let me show it to you. It will eventually show. Alpha. There we go. So I suppose it's slightly bigger now. I'm gonna change it to a bigger value, like 60. See what happens. You see it changed down here as well. It's always the text-based. It's always sent. Oh, it turned really thick. Right, nice. Interesting. My iPhone just interpreted as what I said as "Hey Siri," and in Swedish, she thought I said the service landlord, wow, sex baby. And she didn't understand what I meant by that. And that's very reasonable of her to not understand. Oh, and now things broke. I got runtime error. This is an error. Okay, so it's pretty cool though. Like when an error happens, like the way that they make these things red, it kind of makes it very easy to see where things went wrong. So it expects a real here. It doesn't really like that I'm using ints. And I don't quite know why it just can't coerce those, because it feels like it should, but I'm pretty sure that this is a Haskell thing. I believe I was frustrated with the same thing when I was doing the Haskell video. If you're interested in the Haskell video, you can click it there, by the way. Yeah, and now it should update and give us the logo. Come on. Bloop. And that's it for my short look at Luna. I just felt like checking out a new programming language because it just feels, I just like when people are doing something that I feel is genuinely inventive and like they have a little bit of guts to do something new and cool. It's too broken to use for something real yet, but maybe this might be useful for things in the not too distant future. What do you think? Let me know in the comments or the Fun forum. You have just watched an episode of Fun Function. I release these every Monday morning, 0800 GMT. You can subscribe here so that you don't miss the next one, or you can just watch another episode right now by clicking here. I am MPJ. Until next Monday morning, stay curious.